Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Astro Planet and the world of football. In this clip, I want to review Champions League last week. It was spectacular once again. As I speak, it's March 15, Friday, and we had Juventus playing at Tuesday and Barcelona playing on Wednesday, and we'll take a look at the highlights of this. So, and I guess it's like in your early days, you had to decide if you either between Superman and Batman, which one you want to support. It's of course same thing today with those two guys here, with Messi from Barcelona and Ronaldo from Juventus, Turin now these days. And let's have a look at the charts. It was amazing. This guy is like a clockwork. 3-0 against Atletico off, and 3 goals by Cristiano Ronaldo from beautiful island Madeira. It's remarkable. Let's take a look at the match chart first. This was Tuesday, you see, 12th, and this is the match chart, and I want to point to Venus here, that is on 13-14 in Aquarius, as you see, and let's see how this goes with Ronaldo. There's 2 birth times for him, but I stick with this one. And he's this full moon guy, man, with the sun in Aquarius and the moon in Leo, and the moon is on 1347, so the Venus on that night was like 30 minutes of his moon, opposing his moon with the sun, so activating or playing on this tune here, that is with Uranus, of course, as well. And this is once more like a script for him, like seeing him from his best side, so to say. I guess it's awesome. You may note for Ronaldo in general that like there's this heavy midpoint here around 1920 Capricorn, and this is actually like marking, like Pluto was moving like through this over all this time in Real Madrid and like making the biggest of the biggest headlines, I'd say. And Pluto is a meta chapter by itself. It's like the time for the big time in your life in general. And yeah, last thing on Ronaldo, of course, the question is, because Chiron is coming, it is moving on Mars, Venus, and I think that there may be the danger for injury to come, maybe in the next weeks or so. I hope Juventus is employing good astrologer to take care of him. Okay. What about the other guy, Lionel Messi? He was on Wednesday, and let's take a look at the chart once more first. This is Wednesday, as you see, and the moon has moved further. It's on 15-27 in Gemini, and it's now in close trine with that Venus. And how does this again connect with Lionel Messi? Well, it did connect very well once more. You see the result already here. Of course, it was 5-1 to Barcelona, and it was 2 goals by Messi. If we don't get bored of it. Another 2 goals from Lionel Messi. And see, if you look at this chart, there's no official best time for this guy, but this is mine. I come up with this and work with this. And Venus anyway is on 16 something in his chart, and the moon with that Venus here, and the moon was on 15-27. It was running right into this Venus, and so nice script again for this man to score, and so we did. There's other points to point to or to talk about. I spoke about Pluto just before, and if you see here Messi with Mars on 27, and this is where Pluto is right now. It's actually past, but like looking back the last 6 months or so, it's like marking his headline, making his like being in him on the top best form maybe forever or for a long time, scoring almost every weekend, and well, maybe for him it's the title Champions League this time too. Yes, so another remarkable example for this man. What should I say? If you saw my last clip, okay, I was wrong about Liverpool. I thought Klopp would have to go home, but no, it probably was wishful thinking for me being German. However, I maybe should have taken a bit more care for this, because I was like contradicting my own arguments, and kind of actually when I said this, because it's like, well, don't get too deep into this, but of course with Klopp's son on 24, he's blessed with Jupiter these days here, and it's even coming closer. So I could have put shooting my prediction. Regrets for this one. The night, of course, was with the Barcelona match. It was that night. The moon was here, Venus was here, his Mars is here. It's not so close, but you also get this grand trine thing together with the Jupiter. And of course, the Uranus is the unpredictable, and this time it was moving forward and not retrograde, like when they lost the Champions League final last year. So maybe it was a different picture, and anyway, he won, and let's note that, of course, Jupiter is with his sun. And the scorers, I can come back to Pluto one more time, because, of course, the player of the time for Liverpool is this guy, Mane. And once more here we see Pluto connected, at least for the moon chart. It's spot on, close with the moon and with the sun. This, of course, is a special script. It's like moving from square sun to or with the moon. So he's having the time of his life in football terms, one could say, I guess. Like from the fast moving, which would be so obvious for this night, because he also scored 2 goals, but well, let's leave it with this. Decisive goal was by Van Dijk, I guess, the second for Liverpool, this guy. And here you find Jupiter. He is connected like with this. This is also a time I came up with, but not the lunar part here, the part of watching also 15. That's where the moon was that night, and Venus, as said now several times, was connecting with his Jupiter. And yeah, tiny like side story that I got bet and won some coins on is this guy from Bayern, Thiago, because this is a little different twist. Mars on that night was on spot on this set here of Venus and Mercury and Chiron, and I put some coins on him for getting a yellow card. The odds were 4-1, and imagine, indeed, he did. Mars can be several ways, of course. It can show injuries or like fights or trouble, and of course a foul is a fight or something, aggression, Mars thing in a played match, and he got his yellow card, as I thought he may. Okay, because there was more to come, and this is Thursday. And this one was really incredible. It was a spectacular thing. I recommend to watch the match, because it had to offer. It offered it all what you know from spectacular football. And it was Slavia Prague putting itself on the map of European football, so to say, as they beat Sevilla 4-3 at a home match, and the first leg was 2-2, and now they kicked them out. And you know, Prague is the place with this astrological clock in public, so this place should have our sympathy anyway, and we hope for them to get as far as possible, I'd say. So they may have a good, smart astrologer and choosing the right manager. This is the guy Tripsovsky from Slavia Prague, and I was actually on this track beforehand, and again we get to the same story because he's with Mars on 22 and blessed with the current Jupiter, and this was Thursday. Let's look at the match chart also, but this was it. The moon was on final degree now on Gemini, and yes, Jupiter is on 23 and a bit, and within a degree or something with his Mars, and so he was hot for some success. And the way it happened, it was really, as I said, spectacular. It was 2-2 again after 90 minutes, and then it was even Sevilla taking the lead in extra time and Prague turning the match around with 2 goals in extra time. It was just remarkable, and it's getting even more remarkable if looking at like these 2 guys scoring the goals in extra time. You just can't make this up. It's crazy. It's amazing. Once more, of course, the Thursday night, then this was the big thing. Here was Mercury Sun in square with this Jupiter. And you won't believe it, how these 2 guys are connected to this. It's crazy. This guy, Van Boeren, he was came on the field in extra time and scored the equalizer then for 3-3. And this, you see, there is what was it again? Yes, it was Mars. Mars was, of course, on that night. This is like the transits for the next morning again. Mars was here on 19, and see where his Pluto is. It is exactly opposing Jupiter, Venus. This I don't know. Sugar and nice, all things. Sugar and spice, all things nice. Kind of constellation is also here on 1920. So Mars, Jupiter, Pluto, trine, spot on kind of thing for him. And this wasn't enough when everybody was preparing for penalties. Like last minute, it was this guy Traoré to really, with a crazy goal, score the winner for Prague, and this tops it all off because he is born on September 16, so the sun, guess what? It's on 24. Virgo, would you believe it? It's square with the Jupiter, and it's lined up opposition with this Mercury something on that night, putting him in the spotlight, like that they remember all his life or what. This is it's just crazy, remarkable, spectacular, and watch the match. It's worth it. It's unbelievable stuff. Okay. I think I'm getting to the end already. I just give an outlook for this night. There's a tennis match on, complete subject change. This is Andreescu, a player from Canada, very young, and we have the same theme again. Here you see this is the moon chart, and the moon is right here, so it's extra close. And she's meeting with Svitolina, who is on, I think, she's on 6, and Andreescu is on 60 or so in the world ranking, but let's see. My prediction for today that Andreescu is gonna win. And this is it. Please subscribe and recommend and comment, and see you next time. Bye bye.